This is the Luminor Base Logo with a sandwich dial and a pretty uncommon color for the brand, white. This is one of Panerai's most affordable offerings, and I think it is definitely one of their best ones. Thank you to Exquisite Timepieces for lending in this PAM 1087 for a review. Exquisite is an authorized dealer for over 60 brands. They're located in Naples, Florida. They're family owned, and they have a large pre-owned inventory, of which this PAM 1087 comes from. So if you're shopping any new watch, I recommend Exquisite, and a link is below. Now let's talk about this Luminor Base Logo. This has the Panerai style case. It's the first case design that was offered to the public, and base refers to this being time only. There is no other complication. You'll only see hours and minutes, and I like that simplicity. This is a logo because of the OP logo. Not all Panerais carry the logo. In fact, many of their models don't. I think Panerai is interesting because often the text Panerai, it's placed in a secondary area of prominence. So you'll see Radiomir, you'll see Luminor in the area most brands place their branding. So it's uncommon in that respect. Now, this is the crown protection system. It's very easy to operate. You simply pull down on this flip lock. That allows the crown to be wound. Very easy to wind, nice grip, smooth winding. And then you can hack the balance, set the timekeeping, and ensure the water resistance by snapping this down into position, and it has a very satisfying little snap. Now, this Luminor Base Logo, like most Panerai, it's designed to emphasize legibility, simplicity. The size is large at 44 millimeters. The markers are large, the hands are long, the lume is great. And when you have a black dial standard lume version, that contrast is even more pronounced. So yes, this watch is all about reading the time quickly, easily, despite maybe being in the dark or being underwater. And I like that toolishness, that simplicity. I think it's strong. Now, base Panerai models used to be 300-meter water resistant. That was the standard. Panerai has since relaxed that value for good or bad, depending on your opinion. This 1087 is 100 meters water resistant. Now, inside the case is the P.6000 caliber. This has 110 different components. That includes a free-sprung balance, 19 jewels, Inca block shock protection. The beat frequency is 3 hertz or 21,600 beats every hour. And the in-house movement has one large barrel, and that holds 3 days of power reserve. Now, I used to not like the fact that these newer base models did not have display casebacks, because as a watch collector, it's fun to see the movement, seeing that balance oscillating. But my experience in owning Panerai was from a generation ago when it was the ETA era. Panerai had 6497 calibers that were upgraded, modified, and had traditional finishing with striping and pearling and brushing, englage and blued screws. They were absolutely gorgeous and a blast to view through a display caseback. And yes, I'm still a sucker for that period of Panerai. That's my favorite era of the brand. But I look at this P6000 and yes, it looks good. It might have more sophisticated specifications than, say, those older OPX calibers, but this P6000 just doesn't get me excited in the same way that those older ETA versions did. So I don't know, the main viewable area here is just a large brushed plate, and again, it's not as exciting. So I really don't mind the fact now that these have solid casebacks, even though years ago I wished that they did have display casebacks. Let me know what you think about that. Place it in the comments below. Now, Panerai is known for making strap monsters, and a strap monster is just watch idiot savant slang for a very versatile watch where it's especially fun to change up the look by changing the strap. Panerai makes fantastic straps, but they make very expensive straps. I like this green rubber that's found on this off-white dial, though I think this would look amazing with orange or red or black rubber or brown leather or black leather. Basically any strap would sing on this 1087. Now the lugs have screw-in lug bars, so every time you want to change the strap, you need a small screwdriver instead of a spring bar tool. So I like how secure these bars are. It's more robust of a system than, say, normal spring bars. And it kind of goes back to the premise of the watch. This is a simple tool built for a purpose. Now, I'll end with one thing. Because of the distinctive design of the Luminor, this is an instantly recognizable watch from across the room. Some watch collectors like to wear iconic, recognizable brands and models, and Panerai certainly fits that bill, while other watch collectors prefer watches that pass easier under the radar. Panerai, whether you go Luminor like this one or a radio mirror, it doesn't fly under the radar. It just doesn't work. Panerai has distinctive DNA. It has recognizable style. It definitely doesn't appeal to everyone, but it appeals to me. And once you get bit by the Panerai bug, there's just no hope left for you. Lastly, I want to mention, this watch is exciting. I like winding it. I like, just the overall style, the versatility, the lume, everything that this represents. I think it's one of, if not Panerai's best model, and it's interesting that it's one of their more affordable and accessible models. That's pretty uncommon for a brand to have one of their better products be one of their most affordable products. But don't tell me that this watch is good, it's just too big. It needs to be 38 millimeters or some nonsense like that. Panerai have always been large. 44 millimeters is the smallest that I would want to go with a Panerai watch. Panerai is best when it's large. Panerai is best when it's full size. It's part of the brand, it's part of the history, and if you disagree, that's okay. You are allowed to be dead wrong.